The Joe Rogan Experience.
There's a border wall there, but there really isn't a border
There's
wall.
no border wall. You get in a boat. You row over there. It takes 3 minutes.
Oh, he can parkour. I recently posted up a bunch of videos of people parkouring over that wall.
I saw it.
Yeah.
Look, I admire ingenuity. I admire people that find solutions to problems. And watching that guy scale that goddamn wall like Batman.
Yeah.
I mean, it's amazing.
Yeah, they're coming up with weird ways. Like I saw some people using powdered titanium to melt the bars on one of the slats.
Powdered titanium.
Again, I had to research it. Basically, it's powdered titanium burns at a very high rate, and when you start it, it's kind of hard to put it out. So they made this hole in this wall with some sort of powdered titanium mix.
That's like that shit. What was that shit that they were talking about with 9/11, where all the conspiracy theorists thought that it melted steel? God damn it!
Pyrene or something. Pyrite.
Is that it?
A tanner, something like that. I don't know.
Tannerite?
A word just popped in my head. I don't know if that's the one.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the stuff that you blow shit up with.
Right now, they sell these things they call breech pens. And there's for tactical applications. There's these pens, these sticks that you start and you can burn chains open and stuff like that with them.
Really?
Yeah. So it's basically a ghetto version of that is what they're using. In some of these places. I know. I mean, the wall as they're making it. And speaking to some of the Border Patrol agents that I know, it does its job as far as slowing people down. So there's not an overflow of people coming through.
It's not like, yeah!
Yeah.
Well, what would happen if it was that? That's
Bonsai?
Yeah, what would happen if there was no border? Everybody's like, Mexico's the United States is Mexico. Have a good time.
Yeah, that would be chaotic, of course.
For how long, though? 10 years?
I don't know.
How long? I mean, once everybody got in.
Yeah, that would be
and
bad.
then other people would go there.
Yeah.
I mean, what if the United States and Mexico came to a deal and they said, listen, we'll call. Wasn't there a thing that they were going to do? There was a North American agreement. There was they were trying to do that with the United States and
set up a single currency.
Yes.
There's a lot of conspiracy theories around the Amero.
Yes, there was something like that. Like they were going to do it with Canada. We're all going to become one nation.
I could see it with Canada, but maybe not, Mexico.
Well, look, we could all spread all the good around.
Yeah.
And then also, look, Mexico's got some awesome spots. Wouldn't it be great if U.S. industry moved in there?
And lithium.
Yes, and lithium. Maybe that's going to help.
Lithium.
Well, Colombia did a great job in eradicating all the problems with narcotics.
I think it is really, well, not all of them, because they still have a guerrilla group down there that recently, the FARC, that went amnesty, and then they got active again. But there's still a lot of cocaine being produced there.
Yeah. But it's nothing like when Escobar.
No.
What did they do?
Well, they were facing just a few criminal groups, large ones, and Mexico is facing a lot of them.
That's interesting.
They have the U.S. right next door that is pumping money into the issue directly.
They don't have to fly in.
No.
Yeah, it's not a long plane flight. It's a short walk.
And also, Mexico's a pretty big country. I think people kind of miss that also. It's a pretty big country.
It's a pretty big country. Do you remember when there was a CIA drug plane that had several tons of cocaine on it and it crashed because the Mexican government wouldn't let them land and refuel?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, all sorts of conspiracy theories are around.
Well, that was a real CIA drug plane that had been to Guantanamo Bay at least twice.
Yeah.
It was documented.
Yeah.
And they, for whatever reason,
I mean,
we're flying back with a lot of coke. Look at that. Look at all that coke.
I imagine government groups everywhere have agents.
Cowboys.
Yeah,
you have cowboys. When people are trying to say the CIA brings in drugs, no. It's people who work for the CIA realize they can make a shitload of money if they bring in drugs, and they pass that money around and they work it out. But the CIA itself does not bring in drugs.
Yeah, Customs and Border Protection agents, and just Homeland Security as an agency has the most corruption charges as far as all law enforcement agencies.
Do they really?
Yeah, federal charges for corruption because they are on the border and there's a lot of money on the border. Of course, that's why, right?
It totally makes sense.
And I mean, maybe it was a CIA guy that said, can make some money through here.
That was the whole Barry Seals thing, that Tom Cruise movie.
Yeah.
Was it called Made in America, I think?
Yeah, Made in America.
That was about bringing in drugs with cowboys that work for the CIA.
Yeah. I mean, when I was working down there in Mexico, and I got to see different agencies that we would work with, all of a sudden we're like, hey, can you guys just go like look over there or just move over there? Like, what's going on? And you would see like some sort of okay, let's go. Like you don't know what's going on, you know. But
plane lands, plane takes off.
Plane lands.
Nobody
plane
saw
takes off.
nothing.
Nobody saw nothing. You know, money exchanges and just and you're just an agent. You know, just in the background.
Well, that's the thing that's so scary about what's going on with the cartels is that the quantity of money is so extraordinary now.
Yeah.
It's almost like they can do anything.
Yeah, I mean, they have their own cell phone networks in some places.
What?
Yeah.
What's it called?
That'd be good if I knew, but
What kind of coverage they have? They got
pretty
a good plan?
coverage. Pretty good coverage in their areas. I mean, they dismantled some cell phone networks in the past. Also, like whole cities with hidden cameras that are cartel controlled to see who goes in and out of the towns.
Wow.
Like
so it's sophisticated.
Oh yeah. So Mexican government is working with uniformed agents patrolling in pickup trucks in the back. And these guys are living in 2025 and using drones to surveil the patrols in the area. And they're using their own cell phone network so they don't have to be worried about government tapping into their communications. They're utilizing encrypted phone technology that is available now commercially throughout the world to get around some of these things. And they're working. They're constantly evolving in how they work. You know, I remember the first time I was working in Baja, and all the cartel guys would move around in Suburbans dressed like federal agents, and they would look exactly like the legit federal agents, or they were federal agents with the cartel guys. So you would.
Oh my God! So they'd be together.
Yeah, and then we started working with the military, and the military didn't give a shit who you were. So they would stop everybody, shoot everybody. And the guys immediately saying, oh, now we're using taxi cabs to move around and different types of cars. And we're going to paint the vans like taxi vans, or we're going to move around in ambulances. So they changed their tactics. So we were always after these convoys of Suburbans, and now they're doing something else. So that's how they evolved. They just, you're trying to go after them with a hammer, and these guys are mosquitoes. Right?
Does it make you want to move to Canada?
No, not at all.
That's the furthest you can get away from all the chaos.
But
it must be going on up there as well, right? They must have a.
So I interviewed a smuggler, a coyote, for one of the articles I wrote, and he asked him directly, like, what do you think about the border wall and the immigration policies of this current administration? He says, oh, it's good for business. It makes it seem like it's harder to put people in the United States. So, I mean, that wall is pretty hard. Like, how do you do it? I fly them to Canada and they walk down.
Well, we talked about it before, that the border of the United States is a wall to Mexico. The border from the United States to Canada is a giant clearing that's 100 yards wide. It's real clear. You can see it. Like, it's almost like they make it easy. Hey, just go right here.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people that want to get into the U.S., you hear numbers from $8,000 to $15,000 depending on who you are, what you're trying to do, how you're trying to get up here, as far as being smuggled up. And he's like, Mexican passport. Get a Mexican passport if you're Mexican. We'll get you a Mexican passport. We'll put $2,000 in an account somewhere. So if they want to verify if you're financially solvent, they will check that, and just fly to Canada and just walk down. And that's what we do.